Hello everyone, welcome to Telangana Exam Center and Master Mains Classes series. Today we'll be discussing about important and crucial steps taken by the government of India to teach a lesson to the Pakistan which sponsors terrorism across the border into Balochistan, into Pakistan, into Afghanistan. This is a nation which has gone rogue. In many of the military journals language, we call the Pakistan as a rogue nation. Means what? It has no mindset, it has no approach, it has no progressive way of living. It has been taking the decisions that actually harms that their own people, harms their own economy, and also make themselves a buffoon in front of the world. Okay, now we'll talk about what has India suspended. India has suspended Indus Water Treaty talks with Pakistan, okay, over the Pahalgam terrorist attacks. This is how the India has hit hard. Now it's not about okay fighting on the land or on the airspace or to the navy. It is very important when you suck up the resources of the enemy, automatically enemy will fall in line. So this is what we are going to do. This is a very important step taken by the government of India. Why? Because this particular decision is going to harm Pakistan people, Pakistan economy, Pakistan agriculture sector a lot. When the people over there show dissent with regard to their own government, the government will concentrate on the developmental activities rather than Pakistan is concentrating on or sponsoring what? Terrorism. The major culprit till now has been identified. The top level, the proxy person here is Pakistan General Asif Munir. This is also a very important point that I have to tell all of you that this particular person, being the army general, teaching the Pakistan generation, coming generation to remember the legacy of Pakistan. So the question here is what kind of legacy that children of Pakistan, their children have to be taught. The legacy of what? Scarcity of food. The legacy of what? Sponsoring terrorism. The legacy of what? Not allowing the Afghanistan people to work in the country. The legacy of what? Being a China puppet of China. The legacy of what? A underdeveloped country. The legacy of what? In every other aspects, Pakistan stands nowhere in the world with regard to any of the indexes. It is only remembered as a country that has harbored Osama bin Laden. It is remembered as a country that has been debt-ridden. Food scarcity is there, along with the major importance sponsoring terrorism cross-border into the Kashmir and killing innocent people with the proxy organizations like Lashkar-e-Taiba and also what? Resistance Front that has been created after the abrogation of Article 370. This is the synopsis, or this is the starting introduction that I want to do. So now let us start what we are going to study in our particular discussion. We'll talk about issue in the news. You all know and I also know what we're talking about here. Hydro projects of India. This is a very important question because here only Indian government has suspended talks with the Pakistan government. What is Indus Water Treaty and mapping of that particular treaty and basics, the river sharing thing, status and international arbitration right now with that rests with both India and Pakistan. How suspending treaty is going to impact and Pakistan. This is going to be a very wonderful session. Stay tuned to it. Do share to all of your friends. Let the people, let our citizens be informed of what is actually happening with regard to geopolitics of our country. Okay. So this is the first question that I want to ask. Those who have already been preparing, please pause the video and try to do this particular question. If you're not aware of it, at the end of the chapter, I will again, end of the lecture, I will again come back here and do this particular MCQ. But at this point of time, pause it and try to do. The second question, you can do with me only now. Okay, who among the following heads the Cabinet Committee on Security Affairs? This is a question that has been circulating, that has been there in the media because the moment Pahalgam terrorist attack happened, Home Minister visited that particular district, Kashmir, and also the Prime Minister has cancelled his visit to Jeddah. Okay, in the midway, he left the Saudi Arabia and came to India. So then after coming, they have taken so many important decisions, especially the 5 decisions, which I am going to cover in a short. At this point of time, the meeting was being chaired before the discussion, before the 5 decisions were taken, the meeting was being chaired. Okay, that was headed by whom? Because it is very latest news, it was headed by Mr. Prime Minister of our country. Okay, let us now talk about following the terrorist attack on the tourists in the Kashmir Valley, the Indian government have now taken resolution to suspend the Indus Water Treaty indefinitely. Now we are not going to have any discussions with you. Okay, and to what period that they are not going to have a discussion? is not yet determined. It means what? It is open-ended. We will not be a part of any discussion with regard to Indus Water Treaty, whether it is 1 year or 2 years, 6 months. We are now at the upper hand to decide what we want to do. Already so many other things have been done. The embassies has been completely stopped. Our officers are coming from Pakistan. Pakistan officers are being sent. The Pakistan nationals are also asked to leave within 48 hours. Some are also having SARC visa. They are also asked to leave the country at the earliest. That 5 important decisions I will be covering in the short. Do what the short also. Now at this point of time, our discussion is very lengthy one. Let us go ahead. Okay. The resolution was made by Cabinet Committee on Security, which is headed by Prime Minister. This was a question. Just now we have done the MCQ. The Indus Water Treaty was signed in the year 1960. Remember this point here. It is one of the most successful water sharing treaty, transboundary, transnational water sharing treaty across the globe. There was never major issues with regard to this treaty when compared to other transnational rivers. This is a very successful treaty that has been forged in the year 1960 by first Prime Minister of our country, Mr. Jawaharlal Nehru. Now, let us see what is this Indus Water Treaty in a zoom-in way. Okay, fine. The distribution of waters of Indus and its tributaries between India and Pakistan are basically governed by Indus Water Treaty. Remember this point. The distribution of rivers which are flowing in Kashmir of India and also up in Pakistan, and basically these rivers are transnational rivers, means they originate in Nepal, go into what India, then go into what Pakistan. That's why it is a transnational, trans-international boundary river. So the sharing of water of these rivers is basically done by Indus Water Treaty. It was signed in the year 1960, and the mediator, or you can say that the broker of this particular treaty, was World Bank. Okay, partition of India cut across Indus River basin, which has Indus River plus 5 of its main tributaries. Now you can see here, okay, western rivers, Jhelum, Chenab, Indus. These are all the western rivers, Jhelum, Chenab, and we have Indus here, Indus, Jhelum, Chenab. All of these we have given to what? We have given to Pakistan. We have given to Pakistan, but it does not mean that we cannot build a dam here. We are allowed to build dam over these rivers, but there are some specific criteria and design operations are there that we have to take care of. This point you have to remember. India can build reservoirs and dams on these particular rivers, though they belong to Pakistan according to the Indus Water Treaty, but still we can build reservoirs and dams on these rivers, subjected to design operations and whatever the conditions are there. Whereas eastern rivers, Satluj, Beas, Ravi, you can see Ravi, Beas, Satluj, these all are given to what? India. So these all are given to India. This point you have to remember. So Jhelum, Chenab, Indus, Jhelum, Chenab given to Pakistan. Ravi, Beas, Satluj is given to what? India. Okay, I guess this is all clear to you. Pakistan receives about 80% of total water from the Indus River. India gets about 20%, mainly from the eastern rivers. So this is how the format that we have got. So Pakistan receives around 80% of total water from Indus River. Okay, the first river that we are having at this Indus River, Pakistan receives 80%, India receives only 20%. Okay, now the decision of the government of India with regard to suspension of Indus Water Treaty talks, does it have any kind of impact? Does it have any kind of what consequences with regard to Pakistan economy, agriculture or not? Let us see that also. So what are the issues in discussion that we have suspended? Okay, two hydro projects are there which are being constructed by India in Jammu and Kashmir. One is Rattle project, another one is Kishan Ganga project. These two projects are there which India is constructing on the rivers which belongs to what? Pakistan, nothing but Indus, Jhelum, Chenab. These three rivers are there. No, on this India is constructing Rattle and Kishan Ganga projects. Okay, Pakistan has objected to this particular rivers with regard to their design, operations, etc. So in order to come to the conclusion, these two parties was about to meet with regard to this particular project objections. Now India has completely suspended this particular talks. It means what? India is now directly saying that we are going to construct, we will not hold any talks with you. That's all about it. I guess this is all clear to you. We have given a chance to them, then now the chance is gone. Now impact on Pakistan. The Indus River network comprising Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Beas and Satluj serves as a very principal water resource for the Pakistan, supporting nearly tens of millions of population of Pakistan. The water from these rivers meet 23% of agriculture needs, which supports Pakistan 68% of its rural inhabitants. If this kind of meetings, this kind of water sharing commission meeting does not happen, there is lot more impacts with regard to agricultural needs of the Pakistan and also the lives of lot of people, okay, who are dependent on these particular rivers. Pakistan is already facing lot of economic crisis, debt return being supported by Saudi and Islamic countries and also the international financial organizations will be impacted due to reduced water availability, as it will lead to lower crop yields, food shortages and economic instability in the rural areas who are depending upon the farming. This is the larger impact, the social impact that Pakistan is going to bear with the help of this particular treaty. The country's water storage capacity of the Pakistan is also very low. They cannot build the dams. Obviously, they do not do that in simple things which has been there in the world since ages. Okay, they cannot. They don't have major dams. Only few major dams are there, Mangla and Tarbela. They have the combined storage of only about 4.4 million cubic. You can understand that, which is just 10% of Pakistan's annual water shared under the treaty. So whatever the share of water the Pakistan is having under the treaty, only they are utilizing 10% with the help of these bigger dams. So just imagine if this particular treaty does not go ahead, all of this will be impacted on the Pakistan, and they will be what coming to the knees, and they have to come forward for sure to ask India that we are very sorry that that has all happened. We will not let it happen. They have to be assured about it. It is very common principle. Blood and water don't float together. That is our motto. Zero tolerance. And this is not the India they are expecting. Will strike hard. Will not just strike hard with the army power. Will strike hard with all the weapons that we are having, whether it is social, economic, politic, and also what army is anyhow great for us. Thanks for watching. Do subscribe to our channel. Do share to a lot of your friends, and also enroll in the courses and empower us. Take care.